here to support Chris Hayne. Tell me, what does America need to do here in this game to get the victory over Italia?
Well, they're glad to have a dry court. Just dump the ball and go get it. They're built for speed.
That's what they are built for. And talking with head coach George Tarantino before the game, hoping to use their speed as the advantage. As Joey Trapani works the ball back to the point. Over to Dunford. Shot, whistles wide, rebound effort again. Player gets pushed into the net. And we're gonna get an interference call, I believe, on DeAndrea. Let's make sure, yeah, it looks like interference. Well, hang on a second, we might have an America. Yeah, no, they're calling it on America. Brian, it looked like Frank got pushed into the play there. What did you see?
I saw what you saw. I think you got that one backwards.
Well, referees have the toughest job in the tournament, ladies and gentlemen. You always hear me say that, but what's done is done. United States shorthanded just 25 seconds into the first period. Golden opportunity for Italy. See how they attack the United States on the power play here. It's a goaltender interference on Frank as the United States get the early clear. Maleka with it for Italy. United States stacking the line. Back over to Palicchio. Long shot in, steered aside by Patrick Bell in net for the United States. U.S. trying to get this out of the zone. Kept in at the point by Maleka. Down low, Italy. Shot high over the crossbar. Bounces down off the fence, picked up by the Italians. On the far boards. Looking for a passing lane here. Back over to Maleka. Nothing to shoot at. Down low, trying to walk it in. Easily sticked aside by Bell. Maleka creating some separation. Waiting for a feed here, not getting it though. Now over to Maleka, still has no shooting lane. One-timer shot right into the breadbasket of Bell, and he's gonna be able to get a whistle here. Well, some good crisp ball movement here by Italy. United States with active sticks. Looks like they're gonna get a fresh set of legs out here. In terms of getting one here on the one-timer, how do you like the ball movement so far?
They look good. They did. And I didn't mean to criticize the officials earlier. It's a tough job, but now we're shorthanded. We're going to kill it. But they did move the ball very good. They did. It's impressive.
It is. Good job by the Italians here. DeAndrea now at the point, quarterbacking it. Italy patient with the ball. Over to DeAndrea again. Trying to get set up for this one-timer. Again, Bell with the easy save. I mean, he's going to see those. He's going to save them. It's just extremely difficult to beat these world championship level goaltenders when they can see the shots coming in. DeAndrea, shot, easily patted aside by Bell. Took the other step out, cut down the angle. Over to Stewart. Gets the ball out. United States now with a potential shorthanded opportunity. Castor with it. He's just going to get it deep and try and kill some time here. Castor hustling back. He's going to go off for a change. Italians getting some fresh runners out as well. With 9:33 remaining in the first period. Varelli with it, dumps it in down low. U.S. is going to beat them to the ball. They should be able to get a clear here as they have killed the man advantage. All back to 5-on-5. See if the U.S. can take the momentum here. Sometimes you get an early penalty kill, you feel like you get a little bit of wind under your sails. As Luckenbach dumps it in. Hard battle along the boards. Still digging. Ball goes up off the fence, back behind the net. Frank there, fresh out of the penalty box. Ball pinned. Referee telling Adam to move it. Now it's loose. Frank still digging. Fiacconi there digging as well for the Italians. Fiacconi comes away with it. Kept in by Shaw, good pinch. Shaw, another good pinch. Centering attempt. Unable to connect with Luckenbach. Bodied off the play. America able to keep the ball in. Referee signals it's in. 8:30 remaining in the first period. Carpenter with it for Italy. Nice turnaround move on Shaw. Carpenter drops it off, trying to get it back. Shot, blocked. Good block by Shaw, clogging the shooting lane. Long shot from the point. Whistles a foot wide of Bell. And Italy's going to get some fresh legs out here. U.S. patient with the ball, looking to attack through the neutral zone. Chipped up. Batted down by Italy. That was Metallo that had it. U.S. takes control again. Oh, turns it right back over to Italy. A little bit of ping pong here through the neutral zone. Back into the U.S. zone. Captain Andrew Hildreth. All the way into the Italian zone. Italians come away with it. Digging in down deep. And we're going to get a call here on the Captain Hildreth. As Metallo is still down. Referee put his arm up immediately, Brian. I mean, listen, I don't like to criticize officials. You heard me say they have the hardest job in the tournament. It looked like good, clean hockey there, going for the ball there. But, I mean, what did you see?
I agree with you totally, but sometimes when a guy hits the boards like that, they feel obligated to put their arm up, and that's what it looked like to me. That was a good hockey play.
Yeah, it was a good hockey play, and for those at home, Captain Andrew Hildreth battling a hamstring injury. He's not 100%, but he's an ISBHF Hall of Famer, and he's a warrior. If he can be out here to help the team, he's going to be out here. So I know his teammates appreciate the effort. Another power play for Italy here, 7:32 remaining. Face-off taken back by the Italians. Maleka back at the quarterback position. Playing pitch and catch, down low. Down behind the net, up to the, and we get a goal here. Not sure, no, hang on a second, wait a minute. Referee immediately waved it off. Yeah, they called a crease violation. I'm looking at the Italian bench to see if they're going to try and argue this. Assistant captain asking for an explanation, but no, that was an immediate call, Brian, so good call by the officials.
Yeah, they're not arguing too much.
Yeah, usually when you don't see the coaches arguing, they agree with the call. But in Bell's defense, he was screened on that, and we heard him get a piece of it. But nonetheless, crease violation. Italy back on the power play. U.S. trying to get this out. They can't. Luckenbach hustles to get back into position. Italy trying to find something here. Maleka, long shot, deflected high over the fence. Good block by Luckenbach. Getting a stick in the lane, down low. Back to Maleka. One-timer, whistles wide. All the way to the red line, kept in by Maleka. Good keep. Back to Maleka, fakes the shot. Maleka still looking for a shooting lane, not having it. U.S. doing a good job here, getting bodies in front. Not giving the Italians anything to look at. Back to Maleka, now he's got a look. Blocked. Another good block by Luckenbach. .608 remaining. Down low. Shot, easy save for Bell. Italians struggling here to really get a good quality scoring chance on Bell. Credit to the United States. Very active shot. Easy save by Bell. Rebound is going to get cleared all the way down. U.S. going to get some fresh legs. As Scheretti comes out to play it. Marchetti comes out to play it. The Italian netminder, Maleka, has it. 5:39 remaining. Bell jumped up to glove that, knocked it down for his defense. And we get a clear here by the United States. Marchetti comes back out. And we are back to all even now, so the United States should go back on this aggressive forecheck. Poke check back into the zone. And we're going to get a flooring call here. So the U.S. has killed 2 successful penalties here, Brian. You feel like that's something for them to build off of?
Oh, definitely. If the D keeps pitching like they are, being aggressive, I think we'll be all right. But you got to quit taking penalties, or getting called for penalties.
Yes, getting called for penalties. Good way to put it. All right, face off to the left of Bell. Back to the point. Long shot right off of Bell's face mask. And we get a whistle here as it hit him directly in the helmet. So pretty standard in ball hockey. You take a clapper off the face guard, you're going to get a whistle. Bell seems to be okay. And it looks like we're going to go ahead and see Chris Hain out, your boy, for his first shift. Your thoughts on Hain, how he's played this tournament?
Chris Hain, the son of Liz Hain, is a great player. And it's good to see him because he don't really play on the shorthanded unit, so he gets to play now. So, and his line's very good. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Ma Hain, courtesy of your son, as the shot gets sticked aside. Also want to say hello to the Haynes family in Denmark and Texas, along with his children, Haley and Kyler, as Hain comes in, gets a backhander in on net. Good early opportunity. Speak of the devil, stolen by Trani, over to Hain. Oh, a little too in front of him. Hain hemmed in along the boards, working, digging, battling, representing the Hain name. Over to Stewart. Down low, Trapani with a redirect, didn't miss by much. Marchetti was in good position there, rattled around. Stewart goes for the pinch, manages to keep it in. Centering attempt, goes off of a foot, and Italy is offside, so they will regroup. Looks like they're gonna get a set of fresh legs out. Sure, Ma Hain was proud of the effort there from her son as the U.S. looks to regroup. Long high lob. And U.S. is offsides. We can hear the referee right below us, Maleka, with it. Deflected, and now we're going to get a whistle for an offsides, as Italy was a little overzealous. With 3:58 remaining in the opening period, scoreless affair. The winner of this game will face Team Canada. Dispatched Haiti in the opening matchup of the day here in the quarterfinal game, as Dunford's going to take it for the United States here. He's got Benedict right below us to his left, Luckenbach to his right. Tomboli for Italy, or pardon me, Trimboli. Rattled all the way around. Pinched by Carberry, kept it in, over to Benedict. Benedict, look at the net. Easy save for the Italian netminder. Good keep, over to Dunford, back to the point, intercepted by Cece. Oh, kept in by the American, Shaw, good play. Shaw wheeling and dealing. Heads towards the net. Benedict has it now, back down low. Shaw on the other side of the net, though, nobody there. In the feed, over to Luckenbach. Luckenbach looking to make something happen here. U.S. trying to move their legs, get some sort of cycle going, but ball squirts out loose. Dunford gives chase, back up to Luckenbach. Luckenbach hemmed in. Goes all the way back to the American zone. A couple of Italians going off now. U.S. might be able to get this in deep. They do. Some fresh legs. Italy trying to get this into the American zone. They do. Player gets tripped up. No call. Shot. Well wide. Consalvo trying to chip that up. Lobbed out, but kept in. And now it gets out of the zone. But right back at, and we get a whistle here for a hand pass through the neutral zone. Not sure who that was on. Might have been on DeAndrea, number 7, but faceoff will come to the Italian side of the neutral zone with 2:33 remaining.
Let me just throw in there. I think the aggressiveness with the D pitching will be the difference in this game. They're going to get a goal or two off of that.
We've seen it happen in this tournament when D's make smart pinches. It has resulted in several goals. This one's going to be a flooring, so it'll come all the way back down into the Italian zone as Captain Andrew Hildreth is out there along with Greg Go. See Del Gaudio out there as well for Italy, along with Metallo. Metallo scored a few good goals here for Italy this tournament. Papaglia is out there as well. Sawyer for the United States. Face off won by the American. Shot! Right into the breadbasket as an American player gets shoved into the net by Metallo. Offers his condolences, but nothing happening. Well, good clean hockey. Nobody too upset about it.
What you doing? go in front of the net.
Right. Go to the net. Chipped in by Hildreth. Sawyer running for it. Rattled around, picked up by Go along the near boards, down low. Go heads towards the net. Shot on net, right to the glove. And the netminder chooses to get a whistle. Good job at Marchetti there, catching it right out of the air. Get another draw here to his right. 2:06 remaining scoreless affair. Go versus Fiacconi for the draw. One back by Go over to Hildreth. Falls down. Might be a few more wet spots out on that rink, but no call on that play. American player was taken down. Walked in, oh, shot! Oh, it's underneath him. Oh my goodness, Marchetti with a couple of big saves here. Well, the American contingent not happy about the no call there. I mean, listen, I get it. You want to let players play, but also at the same time, in fairness, kind of did look like he got shoved there.
Just a tad bit, Chris.
Just a tad bit, and I do not have a number 6 on the American. No, sorry, Daniel Gray. He's listed as a goalkeeper. My apologies. So number 6, Daniel Gray. It's the one who was shoved into the net, chipped all the way out. Buffalo native Jason White Knight sends it all the way out of the zone. Italy rifles it back in, picked up by White Knight. Over to Hain. Hain trying to get it deep, intercepts it. Hain carrying it into the zone. Hain wheeling and dealing, drops it off. Italy picks it back up into the American zone. Shot, pad save, Bell. Italy with it. Wheeling and dealing behind the net. Trying to walk it out in front. Back to the point. Unable to connect, so Marchetti will come out and play that. Less than a minute remaining here. Italy looking for an outlet here, but nothing doing. Americans sitting in a 2-3. Moleka has it. Well, looks like Italy might just be content to go into this 0-0. I mean, the forwards aren't really moving their legs here.
Hockey equivalent of taking a knee.
It really is. I mean, there's no secret on how to attack a 2-3, right? You get it to a winger and dump it in deep. Why do you think they're not doing that?
I think they're playing it safe for the end of the period, but that's a little ridiculous. But
well, ridiculous it may be, but that's how it's going to wind up, Brian, as that's the buzzer for the end of the first period in a scoreless affair. We'll see how it shakes out in the second. 5-minute break between periods. We'll be back for start of the second period. we're back. Start of the second period, 0-0. U.S. in blue, Italy in white. Winner faces Team Canada in the semifinals and a chance to play for the gold, but certainly winner of this will have a chance to play for some hardware, either gold and silver or the bronze, as Dunford and Tromboli do battle behind Bell. Tromboli drops it off for Cece, centering attempt, nobody there, picked up by Shaw. Shaw, high lob out. That might be a little too much for Flooring. No, waved off. U.S. now aggressive on the forecheck, rattled around. Good pinch by Go. Go steals it. Trying to find somebody to dish it off to. Centering attempt, shot, rebound, still loose, still loose, still loose. Oh, two big saves by Marchetti. Sprawled out, dumped in, and now Bell's gonna poke check that one away from Cece. Italian player all alone, couldn't get good carbon fiber on it, and he's very upset with himself, Del Gaudio. Well, that's tough on a bouncing ball like that. But credit the Italians. Nice outlet hustle play. Face off one, back to Consalvo, over to Hildreth. Soft lob out, no Flooring. U.S. aggressive on the forecheck again. Bounces up along the fence. Italians take it into the neutral zone. Hildreth with it. On his man. Hildreth able to get it away. Oh, right on front shot. Bell has to bail him out. Turned it over to Fiacconi. Looked like Hildreth might have misfired on that clearing attempt. As the U.S. comes away with it, Consalvo. Long shot in. Steered aside. Consalvo giving chase his own rebound. Batted away. Squirted out in front. The Italians take it now. Hildreth chips it up to himself. Hildreth trying to make a move. Italy comes away with it. Has no help. Centering attempt. Russo with it. Battled into the corner. Russo still battling. Falls down. Ball's underneath him. And we get a pile up. Going to get a whistle here. U.S. getting some fresh runners out. Ready for the draw. One back by the Americans, picked up by Carberry. Back to Fairheller. Metallo beats him to it. Fairheller and Metallo working hard, poke checked away. Phillips trying to chip it out, gets tripped up, no call. Metallo there, bodied off the play by Fairheller, loses his footing. Centering attempt, back behind the net. Still back behind the net, Castor goes for it. Castor chips it up. U.S. player bodied off the ball, centering attempt, shot, oh what a stop, Bell! Managed to flash the right pad there and make a big stop. Centering attempt picked up by Italy. Shot, waffled the side, seen the whole way by Bell. Over to Del Tordo. Rattled all the way around, back to the point. Rattled back around this side. Carberry with it. Carberry gets it out of the zone. Picked up by Castor. Castor has it. Lobbed into the far corner. The U.S. giving chase, getting a line change behind the scene. Italian player, I think, lost his stick, and then Italian player blew a tire. U.S. has a centering attempt there, shot, score! The United States goes up 1-0 after the Italian player blew a tire, and his teammate lost a stick. Brian, great break for the Americans.
That was a great break. The forecheck just was all over him, all over.
John Frank, number 49, going to be the goal scorer on that. I mean, you can't fault Marchetti. Nothing you can do when two of your defensemen are down like that and you have an American wide open early in the slot, or pardon me, low in the slot like that. So with 8:33 left in the second period, the Americans take the lead. Goal by Frank. He's going to take the draw now. He's out there with Trapani and Hain. White Knight up to Hain. Hain trying to battle it in. Lesher rattles it in, intercepted by Italy. Trapani gets the assist. And number 10, Matt Jones, gets the assist as we get a flooring call. So face-off coming back down deep to the left of Marchetti. Hey, credit to Frank. He wasted no time on that, Brian. As soon as that ball was on his stick, it was in the back of the net.
Yeah, he noticed they were tired. Two of them were on the ground. Shoot it. Boom. See you later. Down goes Frazier.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Italy with it along the far board. Tipped, taken up by Hain. Hain looking to make a play here, trying to wheel and deal. Hain gets it in down deep. Still with it. Hain showing off his hand. Centering attempt over to Trapani, back to the point to White Knight. White Knight has a really good wrist shot, as she saw there. And glove down by Marchetti. Sometimes those long shots from the point when there's just a little bit of traffic, the way these guys can curve it, you never know if it'll hit the back of the net, but good job by Marchetti taking the extra step out, cutting down the angle. 7:56 remaining. Ready for the draw. Italy still in, shot right into the breadbasket. Marchetti shakes it off. Centering attempt, shot! Oh, what a stop! Oh my goodness, Marchetti, how did he stop that one? I think he got it with his left arm, just diving across. Oh, let's remember that one. That was huge. Ball still loose, squirts loose. Kept in by Shaw. Shot by Fairheller, padded, shot, wide. Stewart pinches. Back down behind the net. Italy hemmed in here. Backhand attempt goes up over the crossbar. Italy's got to get a clear here. I mean, they've just got tired legs all over the place here. Everybody's walking.
Has a goal written all over it, just like the first one.
Shot redirected. Fairheller centering attempt. Italy desperate for goal. I mean, they just got to take the flooring call here. That's not going to be a flooring, but U.S. might be able to catch him in a line change here. A little too hot to handle for Greg Go. But U.S. back in on that aggressive forecheck. Centering attempt, nobody there. Italy got to get a counterattack going here, but turned over. Here is Sam, shot, score! Right into the center. All right, Brian, you just heard me say it. Italy's got to get a counterattack going here. They turned the ball over, no mistake about it.
Totally agree. I mean, they were on their heels, and I thought they were going to get one a little earlier than that, but they did get one, so we're both right. That's how I look at it.
So for Italy, now down 2-0. They just got hemmed in their own zone there. I mean, you got to feel for Marchetti, the goaltender. There's nothing he could do on that.
That was a great save from our vantage point. From where we're at, that dude dove across the entire crease and made one of the greatest saves I've ever seen.
That really was. That was arguably the save of the tournament thus far. But Italy now in a hole, down 2 against the United States. But, you know, Brian, you ever listen to me call any of these world championships, one thing I always say, what's the worst lead in sports? The 2-goal lead in hockey, right?
Yes, they better keep their guards up and keep playing, keep the pressure on.
That's right. For folks that don't watch hockey that often, you say, well, Mr. Bukanowitz, why is a 2-goal lead the worst lead in sports? It just causes the team that has a 2-goal lead to relax a little bit. It's human nature. You feel like you got a 2-goal lead. You don't have to necessarily run as hard and do all the little things that allowed you to get the 2-goal lead. Next thing you know, the other team has tied it up. Happens at every level of hockey. As Italy gains the zone here, looking to make something happen. Del Gaudio wheeling and dealing. Drops it back off, intercepted by Phillips. Potential 3-on-2 developing. High lob across. Over to Benedict. Benedict gets it in down deep. Centering attempt, batted away by Italy, rattled around towards the far boards. Hildreth gives chase. Hildreth picks it up, goes to his partner, Consalvo. Chipped in. Phillips giving chase. Back to Consalvo. Rattled around. Back behind the net. To the near corner. U.S. trying to work a cycle here. Italy intercepts, and the netminder just going to get a whistle on this and let his team get some fresh legs. So, Brian, you've been around this game a long time. I mean, you've seen teams execute a really good forecheck like the Americans are doing. What does Italy need to do to counter that?
I don't think they have an answer, honestly. I really don't. I mean,
let me rephrase the question. What should they do?
I don't know how to answer that, honestly. I mean, they gotta find the open guys, but USA's hustling so much they're not giving them an opening guy, so they're cutting that out.
Well, we'll see if the coaching staff has an answer, even though Brian doesn't. As Italy gets it back into the American zone behind the net here. Carberry working hard, trying to body his man off the ball. Italy looking to get it back to the point. They do. It might have a long shot from the point. Goes high off the fence. And Fiacconi gets it. Fiacconi trying to shake and bake two defenders, but he can. And the man of the hour, Hain, lobs it in down deep, but a little too hot to handle. Well, I mean, yeah, we'll say the wind got it. Regardless of his mistake there, I'm sure Ma Hain is still proud of her son. We know Ma Hain is watching. As Italy now looks to win this draw. Still a scramble after the draw. Trapani with it. Trapani, a veteran of a couple of Team USA's. Certainly no stranger to international competition. Intercepted in the neutral zone. 4:19 remaining. Carberry picks it up. Carberry dumps it in and then goes off for a change. Long outlet pass in on Bell. No flooring. Italian player trying to center it on net. Fanned on the effort. Right below us over to Palicchio, one of Italy's best players, made the All-Star team in 2023. Back to Palicchio, intercepted, read well by Luckenbach, 3-on-2, developing for the Americans. Luckenbach, long shot. Well, didn't look like he got the best carbon fiber on that one, Brian.
No, he didn't, but that was a heck of a play, stepping up and taking that ball. That's back to your question you said earlier. They really don't have much offense going. They're a solid club, but they just haven't had any cohesion going this side of the blue line. None. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm no hockey coach myself. I'm just a humble play-by-play commentator who likes to make bad jokes. But if I was a hockey coach, I would probably say, guys, we need to move our feet a little bit more and just make sure that when America has their forecheck in on us, we're doing our dangest to try and move the feet, take control of the ball, and get a step of separation so that we can make those outlet passes. But again, I have to qualify that statement for the fans listening back home. I'm no hockey coach. That is kind of what I said, Chris.
Paraphrasing, yes. Italy comes away with it. Cross-floor pass. Moving back. There's an outlet up. Well, that one hit Luckenbach in the check. White Knight comes up, and we get a whistle here. Yeah, it is. Referee calling for a hand pass here. So America going to get, looks like 3 fresh legs out. With 3:24 remaining in the second period. I mean, let's not sell Italy short here. They've shown that they can score in this tournament. And again, you know, a 2-goal lead. It's the Americans. No, this is nothing you can sit on against a talented team like Italy. As this ball rifles to the far fence, back to the point, over to Shaw. Long shot deflected. That was a good tip. Just a little bit wide. Shaw bodies this man into the boards. No flooring. Papalia. Stewart there. Shaw. Back to Stewart. Stewart Trying to shake and bake his defender, can't. Stewart still hemmed in, over to Shaw, off the back of the net. Shaw picks it up. Over to Gray, back to Shaw. And that is out of the zone. Gray gives chase for it. Marchetti plays it to the near corner. And Italy in all alone, shot score! Italy goes on the scoreboard with a nice 5-hole shot. I heard the American contingent claiming about the Italian player hitting the ball twice with his hand. Referees never called it. It's going to be a good goal. And that's what the American player is arguing. Why was there no call for hitting the ball twice with his hands? I believe that's Hayne making the argument here, asking for an explanation. Well, Italy gets on the board. Good hustle play. I mean, nothing Bell can do from that distance, right, Brian? It's just a great 5-hole.
No, the D got split. They were too wide apart, and they hit the middle, and it was breakaway. Boom. Can't stop all those.
No, sir, you cannot. As Bell go ahead and get a whistle on that one with 2:07 remaining.
See the double touch? I wasn't sure what they were complaining about.
Yeah, I did see a double touch, but from the referee's vantage point, I can see why he didn't call it, because he was partially blocked by the body of the player. Gonna check stats.isbhf.com, see who they give the goal to here. So that went to Brandon Iannuzzi, assisted by Marchioni and Delgado. Lobbed out for Castor. And that's, no flooring. Russo now for Italy. Poke checked all the way out to the point. Sawyer fires it out of the zone. Gray giving chase. And that one gets rifled up out of play with 1:47 remaining. So for those unfamiliar with the rule, the reason the United States was arguing you are not allowed to bat the ball twice with your hands in hockey. You can close your hand around the ball, bring it straight down. Do not give yourself an advantage by changing direction, but you can't bat the ball consecutively, and that was their argument. But nonetheless, what's done is done. It's behind them. Face off, won by the Americans. Long shot. Whistles wide. Looked like it hit a foot off the stick of Captain Andrew Hildreth. Italy comes away with it. And that one goes up out of play over the benches with 1:35 remaining.
All of these teams are solid, aren't they?
Yes, they are. All these teams are solid.
Work the ball great. Just matchups are matchups. Every team's just, it's fun to watch. They're all talented players.
They really are, representing their countries with pride. U.S. in down deep, back behind the net. Gonna get a cycle going here. Cycling in down low. U.S. has it along the boards, sent in back down low. Still back down low along the near boards. Back behind the net. Thrown in towards the netminder, but never made it through. As Italy comes away with it, trying to just softly chip this in. That's going to be a flooring call. And the referees are going over to the Italian bench. Looks like they're going to bring 3 of them back on here. Well,
it's a tough job when you got to do that, right?
Yeah, it really.
You can't go off. Get over here. Get back. Get back.
Well, you should have been here for the Great Britain game. I saw a guy literally go through the bench outside the rink and try and hide behind the bench, and I made a joke, you know, the old wrestler Ric Flair, by hook or by crook. Woo! Anything we can do to get a W on the board, boys and girls, right? He was trying to hide for him to go back on the floor. Referee had to go chase him down, but can't blame him for trying, as that shot is swallowed up. We'll get another face-off right away with 58 seconds remaining. Speaking of Ric Flair, I mean, this game, huge implications, obviously. A chance to go to the semifinals. And if you win that game, you get a chance to play for the big gold. And in the immortal words of Ric Flair, if you're not carrying the big gold, you're second best no matter what you tell yourself.
Well, there's a lot of good Ric Flair quotes. I will just say, for those not here, this is awesome. We're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. and there's a rink, and we're watching great hockey.
We really are. As Hain just missed on that one. Right into the breadbasket. Save. Marchetti, good fundamental goaltending here with 38 seconds remaining. And Marchetti's gonna swallow it up. U.S. doing a good job just getting balls to Marchetti. They certainly made him work more than Patrick Bell has, I think, right?
Yeah, U.S. It's tilted, but not that tilted. I'd say 60-40 U.S. if I had to put a number on it. Italy's a good team.
Yeah, sounds about right. Face off, picked up by the Americans. Backhand effort. Players down. Able to advance it out onto Policchio. Policchio loses control of it. Centering attempt. Somehow Bell made a save. Wow. Farquad somehow managed to get that on net. Soft pass down low, batted out. 5 seconds remaining, time for one quick face-off. So the U.S. now try and win this directly back, get a quick shot. They're gonna put Hain back on defense. Face off, eaten up by the Italians, turn around, and that'll do it. Okay, 2-1 U.S. over Italy, great game. We'll see you back here for start of the third and final period in 5 minutes. We're back. Start of the third period. U.S. in blue, leading Italy in white, 2-1. Ball ends up in the Italian zone. DeAndrea takes it. Over to Del Gaudio, up the boards. Sent softly into the U.S. zone, intercepted by the Americans. Back up into the neutral zone, cross floor. Hain going back for it. Hain goes into the board. I don't think that one made it through to Bell. Shot blocked. Still deep in the American zone. Shot off the side of the net. Rattled all the way around, kept in by the Americans. Pardon me, the Italians, as that one's going to go all the way out up here on top of the fan scaffolding in beautiful Pembroke, Bermuda. I got to say, Brian, to your point before, it really doesn't get much better than this in terms of watching a hockey game, eh?
Oh, this is pretty cool when you just think of the grand scheme of things. In the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, there's this beautiful hockey rink with 8 good teams playing hockey.
Yep, doesn't get much better. Second time the Masters has been here in Pembroke, Bermuda. All the fans in attendance absolutely loving it. Hain with it, lobs it in deep, off the fence. Chipped in by Trapani, trying to get through Maleka. Intercepted by Trapani now. He might have a player in front, streaking. Dunford gets bodied into the boards. No call. Americans screaming for a call on that. Sent into the American zone all the way down deep. And that's going to be a flooring call. Well, Italy not happy about that.
Some Ric Flair over there, aren't they?
I'm hearing some Ric Flair, little woo action going on.
Woo. They kind of got away with one, maybe, and I think they're laughing about it in a roundabout way.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Again, it's you'll never hear me criticize refs, but I would certainly understand the Americans' argument on that play.
I wasn't criticizing them.
No, nobody's criticizing. Absolutely.
Bad side.
All right, back to the action here. Good pinch by Stewart. Kept it away from Cece. Dunford, there's a little space behind the net, trying to find an outlet. Short side, stuffed. Taking it back. Sends it back in down low. Benedict. Looking back now with it. Looking back. Down low. Benedict there, battling with Fiacconi. Italy comes away with it.
It's a beautiful lead.
Outlet pass all the way to Palicchio. Back behind the net. Poked up by the Americans. Turnover shot just over the crossbar. Bell came out, cut down the angle, forced the shooter up over the crossbar. Smart goaltending there by Bell.
I just keep thinking of your 2-0 lead stuff. And I hope it doesn't turn into that, but.
No, I hope it doesn't turn into, you know. I'm not, listen, I'm from America, but I don't pull a Jack Edwards and become a homer here during these broadcasts. I just like seeing good hockey. I'm just pointing out that I've seen a lot of hockey games and I've seen a lot of 2-0 leads evaporate, that's all. Farquhar picks it up for Italy. Back to Raimondo. U.S. player blows a tire. Ball goes into the Italian zone. Marchetti goes to play it. To his defense, back to Varelli. Intercepted by the Americans. Good read on the play by Consalvo. Deep to Gray. Centering attempt. Well, Marchetti lost it. And the U.S. player takes exception to the extra action here as now 3 Italians ganging up on him, pushing him into the boards. Oh, that might draw the ire of the referee. Listening to the referee. Still trying to hear what's going on, folks. I believe I heard 2 penalties on the Italians, and they are going to call Consalvo. Listen, I did hear Consalvo ask the referee, how did I get a penalty on that? You know, listen, you're involved in extracurricular activities after the whistle. Generally, the referees do tend to whistle you, right?
Especially a 2-1 game, right? If you can take both, you always take both. You don't want to be a factor. And they were both a little guilty, you know. It is what it is. Stay 4-on-4 and let's play hockey.
Yeah, I would agree.
And then put Hayne out there.
He is out there. As Italian Captain Palicchio asking for an explanation here, because there's 2 Italians in the box and 1 American. So then this should be 5-on-4. Yeah. All right, the Americans get a power play. Dangerous territory here for Italy. They're going to need Marchetti to step up big. Face-off taken back by the Americans. They'll look to gain the zone. They do. Chipped in deep. Carberry with it. Carberry patient with the ball. Back to the point. Over to Hildreth, the captain. No stranger to quarterback in power plays. Down low to Shaw. Shot! Loose ball!
I think he had it if he stayed short.
He might have had it, Brian. You're right. Carberry with it. Over to Hayne. Oh, misplayed by Hayne.
Bell. Hayne cringing right now.
She just might be. Hayne bringing it up, looking, get it in deep. Ooh, quick wrist shot. Might have caught Marchetti a little bit by surprise. Well, a lot of jostling, a lot of jarring right now. Referee telling them, boys, get out of here. Silence because we're listening to the referees talk to the players here. It's always entertaining, and can't repeat what they said, Brian, but it was quite an entertaining conversation.
Totally agree. I could repeat it, but my friends would expect that from me, like Jeff and Cody, but I'm not going to repeat it.
Face off, taken by the Italians. Can they get the clear? They will be able to. Carberry gets back, negates the 2-on-1. Shot goes wide. So America's going to get 2 on the ball here, try and get this loose, get back on the power play. And they pick it up. Up over to Hayne. Hayne carries it in. Cross floor, they gain the zone. Over to Carberry. Back to the point to Hildreth. Over to Carberry. As a look here, Carberry fanned on it. Well, he was trying to get a shot there and hope for a rebound, as he had Dunford setting up a screen. Hildreth with it. Hildreth, got to watch out for his shot. Hildreth, wrist shot, pad save. And now Hildreth gains the zone. Over to Hayne. And we get a whistle here.
Smart play by Carberry on that, letting the ball come out because they were off. They came right back in. Smart play, smart play.
Play was blown dead as Shaw slid into the net. Dislodged it, 7:05 remaining. U.S. up 2-1 over Italy. Still on the man advantage. U.S. wins the draw. Long shot off the pipe! Oh my goodness, Jason White Knight with that vicious wrist shot rattled the pipe just inside the red line. U.S. trying to gain the zone. And U.S. sends it back in, so it looks like we're all even now. Chipped up, out, no flooring, waved off. Both players hustling for it. Intercepted by the Americans. Down low. Back to the point. Long shot. Stick save. Batted out over to Cece. Cece's got moves. White Knight poke checks it away. White Knight coming into the Buffalo zone. Wrist shot blocked. Battle down low. Benedict comes away with it. Benedict shot. Pad save. That was a good one. Cece with it. And we're going to get a penalty here. They're going to call White Knight for slashing. Not happy about it. It's on Cece. I'm looking at the American bench, Brian. I don't see him arguing, so I guess they feel like the right call was made. What, did you see anything different?
No, he got him. He got him, but was it a 5 or 2? I didn't see it good enough to be able to tell you that. And I'm not sure what they called yet, really.
2 minutes. Okay, so Jason White Knight, 2 minutes for slashing. 5:53 remaining here in the third period. Winner faces Team Canada in the semifinals tomorrow for a chance to go to the gold medal game. For Italy, got to score here. Got to get the equalizer. And that goes out of the zone, so the U.S. will stack the blue. Lobbed in. Stewart. Long shot. Marchetti plays it out. Over to Palicchio. Italians looking to gain the zone. Palicchio, long shot, high over the crossbar on the grass, and Stewart's able to backhand that all the way to the length of the floor.
Shielded him with his body perfectly too, right? So he had time to do that.
Yeah, he really did. Perfect positional hockey right there. Long shot, right into the solar plexus of Patrick Bell.
I like that.
That's an old wrestling term, right? Remember that? Shot to the solar plexus.
Yeah, we got Ric Flair. We got all this wrestling talk. You know, I find it kind of strange. 2-minute penalties for a 12-minute period.
Well, it's ISBHF rules and regulations.
I mean, you get a power play, it's 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's in the rules and regulations for all of our tournaments. As Metallo takes it up in the Italian zone.
This is very big.
So Italy looking to get the equalizer here.
They're not giving him anything. They're stacking the line. Boom.
Palicchio trying to gain the line. He does, but then it's stolen by the Americans. America potential 2-on-1 here with numbers. Drops it back. Shot. Fakes the shot. No, I think that Dunford thought Carberry was going to circle back around the net and go for a redirect. Carberry killing time with Dunford. Dunford moving it in on net. Now they got to hustle back. Italy doesn't have numbers here, though. It's 2-on-2. Over to Cece. America able to get the change. Italy gains the zone. They're going to get a couple of fresh legs back out. Over to Metallo. Long shot. High off the glass. Well over the crossbar. Not the glass, sorry. The fence. It's been a long day, Brian.
Fence glass. Kept it in.
Rattled all the way around. White Knight out of the box. Potential 3-on-1. Developing. White Knight wrist shot. Almost had it. Far side. Cece shot. Save. Back and forth action here. Over to White Knight. Gains the zone. Frank gets taken out. No call. Go with it. Loses it.
Play ball.
Italy trying to gain the American zone, but they're off sides here. So the faceoff will come into the neutral zone with 3:10 left. White Knight's had 4 or 5 good looks at the net this game, Ryan. I mean, he's got one of the best wrist shots you'll see from a defenseman, along with the captain, Andrew Hildreth. What do you think about his decision there to shoot on that 3-on-1?
Well, it's his choice, right? I'm not going to ever say nothing. I've been hanging out with him. I'm not going to be negative, but he could have done other things with it, but he's pinched incredible tonight. He's the reason that offense has been so productive.
Yeah, he has. He's definitely one of my candidates for player of the game. He's played outstanding this entire game. Been all over the floor, utilizing those legs, his speed. Don't know if he still goes by the nickname of Bolt Speedman, but that used to be his moniker on social media, Jason White Knight, back from his Buffalo Fusion days.
Well, you can't argue with a guy for shooting, right?
No, listen, hey, I say it all the time. People that listen to these tournaments and hear me blather on, if your worst option is throwing the ball at the net, that's not really a bad option.
Yeah, I mean, he's pinched it minimum 5 times tonight, made great plays, keeping it in, setting up plays, so whatever. Shoot, pass.
All right, we got the top line out here. Frank, Trapani, Hain, Hildreth, Consalvo, one back by Italy. Trying to get it out. They can't. Consalvo pinches over to Trapani. Down to Frank. Centering attempt. Shot. Oh, what a save. Marchetti stones Hain with a waffle shot. And somehow it's caught between the waffle and the pad as Consalvo was getting a couple extra whacks in. Well, now Marchetti's got to go digging for it. Oh, I feel like
Sitting down there just Mama Haynes, like, Chris almost had one, and the goalie robbed him.
The goalie robbed him. I was going to say, I feel like that might have been his best save, maybe even better than the sprawling one down there. I mean, considering the distance and the little time he had to react, but he's been nothing short of stellar tonight, the Italian netminder. So,
they're a solid club. Solid club. Yeah.
Dunford ready to take the draw. He's got Benedict to his left, Luckenbach to his right. One back by the Americans. Kept in. Shaw, shot, pad save. And they're telling Marchetti to hold it. Well, now the players are chirping with the fans, so. Never a good sign when you start chirping with fans, the coach will tell you, you got to keep your head in the game. One back by Italy. Maleka has it. Sent back in. Intercepted by Italy. Lob back out. That's going to be a flooring unless Stewart can get to it. He can't. So 2:19 remaining. U.S. keeping the same line out. Face off. Batted back by the Italians. Luckenbach. Italian player blows a tire. Luckenbach gets hemmed in, being harangued by 2 Italian defenders. Luckenbach comes away with it. Back to the point. Over to Stewart. Stewart just lobs it in softly off the fence. Over to Dunford. 2 minutes remaining. Back down behind. Players battling, some good clean hockey going on as a U.S. player just caught a stick. No call. He's gonna head off. Outlet pass. Palicchio shot, pad save. Oh, that might be Bell's best one tonight with 1:36 remaining. Stoning arguably Italy's best scorer, Jonathan Palicchio. Now Ceci has it, bodied off the play by Gray. Stewart, and we have a whistle here as Ceci is down.
End of a shift. He took the shot route. He had no energy. He may have been able to make them, but they were out there for a while. And what a save by the U.S. goalie, right?
Hey, to me, that's Bell's best save. Considering the situation, the circumstance, you've got Italy's #1 scorer coming down on you. Well, Team Italy is just having a chirp fest with some of the American fans here. And listen, I don't get involved in that sort of nonsense. I understand it's a world championship and everything, but what I will tell you is, fan or not, right, be respectful to the players. All right, player or not, be respectful to the fans. We're all here to have a good time, and as ISBHF President Elio Pascuzzo has said many times, hey, it's Bermuda.
Yep, I totally agree. You know, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I thought the guy was looking at me, and I didn't do anything.
Are you making a back-to-school reference to Rodney Dangerfield? I'm a lover, not a fighter. As the player's up, good to see CC walking off under his own power. Okay, back to the action here.
So what, we got a timeout here?
We do have a timeout. I mean, Brian, it's a minute 22 left. Italy's had their chances. What do you think the Italy coaching staff is telling their team right now? Because they're going to pull Marchetti.
Well, they're going to hope for the best, right? Let's get possession of the ball. If you don't get possession of the ball, can't get the goalie off. Can't get the goalie off, your odds go down. But we got a good line out here for the U.S., and we'll see what happens. But you got to get the ball.
That you do. Conversely, if I'm head coach George Tarantino, guys, this is all about hockey IQ, right? Be smart. Make sure you have a man at all times. Active sticks, right? You get that ball, get it out of the zone. And let's bring this one home. High drama here in Pembroke, Bermuda. DeAndrea has it. Kept in. Ooh, that ball took a funny bounce. Marchetti had to double back for it. Dunford in on the forecheck. Kept in it. Centering attempt. Trying to get it over to Hain. Hain battling. Over to Dunford. Dunford down to Luckenbach. Luckenbach blows a tire. Falls down. Hain coming over. Hain has to go off. Lost his helmet. Italy has now pulled the netminder. Empty net. And is that going to be a flooring? No, no flooring. They waved it off. That's a good call. Over to Palicchio. 30 seconds left. U.S. offsides on Italy. 28 seconds left. Looks like they're coming over to pick up the helmet of a one Michael Christopher Hain.
Yeah, it was Michael Hain's helmet.
Son of Liz Hain.
Liz Hain, good lady, good lady.
Inside joke, ladies and gentlemen, don't mind me and my color commentating partner here. We're basically pulling a Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan here. Some bad jokes. 25 seconds left, Italy. Gotta hustle, regain the zone. Get some balls to the net here. Long shot off the fence, well over the crossbar, picked up by America, rattled around. 13 seconds left, it goes out of the zone. Can Italy get it back and get one more shot in on net? Palicchio, long shot, steered aside out of the zone. 4 seconds left, face off. Well, it all comes down to this.
4 seconds, who will win the draw? Who will win the draw? That's what it comes down to, right? We just sent a ball into the ocean. Did we tell you we're in the middle of the ocean and there's a hockey rink yet?
Yeah, we did. So Italy must win here. Got to win it straight back. Get the shot. Hope for the best. U.S. clog the shooting lanes. Face off. Tied up by the Americans. Tripped out of the zone. And that'll do it. The United States gets the W. hanging on by a thread, 2-1 over Italy. Great game. Got to admit, great game, right?
Very good game. I mean, I'm just shocked how good all these 8 teams are. Good teams. They're all solid players. 2-1 game. Great game. Now we got the chirping going on.
Yeah, we do have a little bit more chirping. Well, listen, folks, sometimes you hear things on the microphone at these tournaments we have no control over. We're trying to give you the best play-by-play commentating. And listen, I appreciate my friend coming up here in the booth. I just met him an hour before the game. He's a stand-up guy. God knows, if anybody needs to save their vocal cords at these tournaments, it's me. So I'm always looking for help with the color commentating. I appreciate you stepping up, my friend.
I appreciate you having me, and to all you that know who I am back in Atlanta or all over the country, you know, I was a pretty good player, and this is great to watch. You're missing it. That's all I can say.
Yeah, if you get a chance to come to one of these tournaments, absolutely, you'd be amazed at just how good and how skilled these players are. So that'll do it for me. Appreciate you, everybody. Join us tomorrow as we head to the semifinals here in beautiful Pembroke, Bermuda. Your final tonight, USA 2, Italy 1.